Good afternoon, WTU. Just a very, very quick impromptu live feed. I've had a quick call with Robert just now. Got my daughter screaming in the background, so excuse the screaming while she's playing in the background. I won't be long. So yeah, I've had a good call with Robert. He has received the redraft of the letter to the Secretary of State that we've all looked at, people have contributed to, that I've reworked. Now passed back to Robert that he's reconsidered in light of our comments and amendments. He is now going to tweak that to how he thinks it makes it completely suitable to send it to the Secretary of State. Interestingly, he said there's no way he could send a letter that used the word invoke and change. Said it must be invite for legal purposes, which I found interesting because I tried to slip that one by. So yeah, he's saying we got to use the word invite. So I decided not to argue on that because then he's prepared to send the letter from the solicitor acting on behalf of WTU. So I'm hoping by Monday Robert will have that letter back to us, which I will then be able to share into WTU for you guys to consider and have a look for yourselves, see what you think, have a last bit of final feedback and then pass that back, at which point Robert will finalise it off and it will be sent to the Secretary of State on behalf of WTU by INT solicitors acting with Robert Jappy on our behalf. So it's progress. This is not the declaration of incompatibility, just to make it clear. This, in essence, would be an invitation to respond. We are presenting our findings and points to the Secretary of State and inviting them. He is very emphatic about the use of the word invite. Inviting them in their position to respond to what we are saying and presenting to them. Bear in mind, we're also presenting the evidence compiled by the Seed Our Future campaign. So there are two evidence bundles, the We the Undersigned and Seed Our Future campaign, that will be getting slipped under the noses of the Secretary of State in the coming weeks. I know they have a lot on their plate already with the COVID crisis, but cannabis has the potential to save the planet, save the economy, and also offer some relief, apparently, from what I've been reading, to COVID. So it's an interesting thing. Cannabis has the solution to many problems. So people might say, oh, this isn't important while the COVID crisis is going on. But in many ways, this is just as important, or if not more important than ever before. From an environmental and sustainable point of view, at the very least, if not fair access to a safe and effective medicine. But yeah, I just wanted to quickly hop on, touch base while I had a few minutes while my daughter's playing, just to let you know, keep you in the loop what's happening. Once the Secretary of State receives the invitation to respond, they will also have the evidence bundles presented with them. So therefore they'll have that to consider in their response, or at least I believe they will, unless I'm advised to keep that in reserve. I don't know. I might be advised to hold that in reserve, but I think it'll all be put forward under their nose at the same time, at which point I hope to publish the WTU case file publicly on the website, so it's all there for everybody. It's been suggested, well, advised really, to keep that back in lieu until we've issued the letter to the Secretary of State. So sort of sitting on that little egg for the minute. Once the Secretary of State responds, Robert and I have both just discussed it now. I said we pretty much expect them to tell us to bugger off, isn't it, really? And he said, yeah, that's best position to take, really. Expect them just to tell us to bugger off, come back with paragraphs of the usual waffle and blah, blah, blah. But that's what we'll actually get to challenge in court, see. So whatever their response is, that's what we will get to challenge. So they either can respond according to the evidence presented and change the law as we have requested, or they can stick their fingers in their ears, go blah, 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 and refuse, in which case it'll be you show us yours and we show you ours in a court of law. And that's the exciting times, and that obviously when it comes to fundraising times, and that's when the Crowd Justice fundraiser page, it is written, it's waiting and hanging in the wings, that will be launched and obviously pushed. As yet we haven't started raising funds, a lot of it because a lot of people are broke at the end of the day, so we haven't really started pushing on the legal funds for the case and what it may or may not cost. So all I ask in the meantime is for everyone, keep sharing the website, keep inviting people to undersign to the mission statement. There is the merchandise page, there's merchandise being produced and distributed again, so if there's anything off there, get yourself, have a look, give a donation and put in whatever it is that you want, ask for it, and it'll get posted out to you soon. I should be getting a date on the Snuds deliveries tomorrow, hopefully, for anyone that's waiting on those. I've been waiting the 30 days after paying for them to have a delivery date. So on that note, I think I'm going to head off now and go back to screaming children. They're playing downstairs. And as soon as I have the letter from Robert, hopefully on Monday he anticipates, I'll upload it into the group, let you guys have a couple of days to look over it, and I'll fire it back to Robert hopefully by the Friday of next week, so pretty much a week today. That'll give Robert over the weekend and that just to finish having a look at it, which does mean hopefully within the next week, 10 days, not even as many as 2 weeks hopefully, we could have the letter issued and sent to the Secretary of State on behalf of WTU community. So please, I hope it's been a long journey, so to those of you who have stuck it out all this long, fair play, thank you for still being with us. For those of you that have recently joined the group, there's a whole load of live feed videos like this to go through, a whole load, and on our YouTube channel also you can catch up on there. I try to share the updates to our YouTube channel when I'm able to. So yeah, if you're new to the group, welcome. We are fighting for everyone's human rights to access cannabis for whatever purpose. And if you're not new, keep fighting with us. Share the word. It started off with just some crazy sick man in his home, fed up with the injustice, and it's grown from there, and it'll only become as powerful as what you guys make it be. So on that note, lots of love. I'll speak soon. I'll update as soon as I can. Keep your spirits high, folks.